Top 5 Berner Bars, Bay Area Hustler Edition. Berner's music has always carried a different kind of energy within West Coast rap. Instead of focusing purely on lyrical aggression or storytelling alone, his catalog blends business mentality, cannabis culture, luxury lifestyle, and Bay Area hustle into one consistent voice. Across different albums and years, the themes evolve from grinding and ownership into full independence and legacy building, but the tone remains steady, calm, confident, and rooted in experience. Starting in 2012, number 5 brings one of the clearest examples of Berner's business-minded perspective with the bar, "I sold weed and bought property." The line comes from the song 20 Joints off the album Urban Farmer, released in 2012. At this stage of his career, Berner's music often centered on turning hustle into something sustainable and long-term. Instead of treating success as temporary, the line reflects reinvestment and ownership, showing how street-level grinding could evolve into financial growth. That mindset would eventually become one of the defining themes throughout his catalog. That same mentality expands further a few years later into a more polished, lifestyle-focused sound. In number 4, Berner shifts from building success into enjoying the results with the bar. "Everything foreign when I pull up." The line appears on Paradise from the album Hempire, released in 2016. By this era, the music leans heavily into luxury rap, where travel, cars, fashion, and elevated living become part of the atmosphere. The delivery stays relaxed and conversational, which gives the flexing a smoother feel rather than an overly dramatic one. It reflects a point in his career where success is no longer something being chased, it's something already lived in. That transition into lifestyle and branding naturally connects to what became one of the biggest parts of Berner's public identity, cookies. In number 3, that influence shows up directly with the bar. "Cookies on the table, everybody want a piece." The line comes from Best Thang Smokin' on the album 20 Lights, released in 2015. Around this period, Berner's music and business image became increasingly connected, with cannabis culture woven directly into both the bars and the branding. The lyric reflects how Cookies had already started growing beyond a local name into a larger cultural presence, where the brand itself became recognizable. As the years continue, the focus starts shifting from lifestyle into motivation and independence. That progression brings us to number 2 with the bar. "Never let him tell you what you can't be." The line appears on Rico from the Big Pescado, released in 2018. Here the message becomes more reflective and aspirational, emphasizing self-made success and persistence. Even though the tone remains laid back, the line carries a strong sense of ambition, reinforcing the idea that independence and belief in your own direction matter just as much as material success. That mindset eventually leads into the clearest statement of Berner's entire career philosophy in number 1. "Still independent, did it without a major." The line comes from El Chivo on the album El Chivo, released in 2019. By this point, Berner's identity as an independent artist and entrepreneur had become central to his legacy. The bar functions almost like a summary of everything built over the years: music, business, branding, and ownership, all tied together through independence. Instead of presenting success through traditional industry validation, the line emphasizes creating a lane outside the major label system and sustaining it long term. Across these 5 moments, from Urban Farmer in 2012 to El Chivo in 2019, Berner's catalog shows a steady progression from hustle into ownership, lifestyle, branding, and independence. The albums and eras change, but the voice remains consistent, carrying the same Bay Area mentality throughout every stage of growth.